Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Johann Kerbrat, who's a general manager of Robinhood Crypto. Johann, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
There's so many cool things to talk about, but give us a brief overview of Robinhood Crypto, what services and products y'all offer.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of products. So we have the main product in the US. We are part of the Robinhood app, and you can trade and self-custody 15 assets on the platform. We also have the Robinhood wallet, which is a self-custody wallet that you can transfer your assets into, and you are the owner of the key. So really everything is about you controlling your assets. And finally, we also recently launched in the EU. So in an eligible country in the EU, we have about 35 plus assets that you can trade, you can transfer, you can stake some asset as well. So
yeah,
a big product.
The biggest thing I've learned being in the crypto space is your keys, your asset. And that's exactly what Robinhood is doing, it seems. You're also growing, right, so tremendously. Tell me how the acquisition of Bitstamp is going to kind of work out and enable the user experience in terms of growth as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the acquisition. So we announced it in earlier this year, and we think it's going to close next year in H1. There was really three big reasons for the acquisition. One was the international expansion. Bitstamp has about 50 licenses, so really it's going to help us grow internationally. And the second thing is it's an exchange. So Robinhood is a marketplace. We send orders to market maker, but with the exchange we'll be able to build more advanced trading features. And the third reason, it's an institutional business. Bitstamp has already a relationship established with big player in the space. They offer a product like crypto as a service. They have APIs that the institution can use. And I think we've seen it with the ETF. Institutions are coming, so it's a good time for us to have this business.
Yeah, one thing obviously Robinhood stands for is being the platform for the people. I remember over 10 years ago when I got into trading, people told me about Robinhood and how there's zero fees and things like that. So how does Robinhood Crypto kind of complement Robinhood with stocks and options?
Yeah, I think for us it was really being able to give access to the financial instrument that the customer are looking for. A lot of people were excited to embrace the crypto technology, but they were also worried about getting there. Like you mentioned, not your key, not your coin. A lot of people were a bit worried about having their own wallet. How do you buy it? You have a lot of fees on some platform. So we just took what was really good for stocks, our UX, our UI, the no fee, no commission system, and we brought it into crypto. And I think people really enjoy that. And on top of that, they can really easily jump between the type of assets. So someone can buy a stock, sell it the next day, and buy Bitcoin right after.
That's the interchangeability of, hey, I want to diversify my portfolio and go into this and that just makes it seamless, kind of like a one-stop shop, if you will. We've seen, the conversation of crypto kind of grow, where it's kind of like a presidential topic now as well. When do you see bigger companies start adopting crypto into their space?
Yeah, it's actually interesting, right? Like if you had told me 10 years ago when we were doing the first Bitcoin transaction and all this kind of thing that you'll have huge company like BlackRock and JPM coming into the space, I'm not sure I would have believed you. So, seeing what happened with the ETF earlier this year between the Bitcoin ETFs, the Ethereum ETF, we are starting to see a lot of big institutions coming into the space. And I think that's a big change for the industry. We're also starting to see stablecoin adoption and a lot more big companies starting to adopt in the back end cryptocurrencies or blockchain technology. And I think we are going to start seeing that more and more because the blockchain can really solve a lot of the issues that we see in the traditional finance space.
Let's talk about regulation. The SEC reminds me of my parents, where it's like, they may not always like the rules, but it's in your best interest as well. With a lot of regulations around crypto itself, what are your thoughts on that in general?
Well, I think in the US we're missing a clear framework that we can follow. Robinhood is a regulated company. We are regulated by the FINRA and by the SEC on the brokerage side. On the crypto side, we're regulated by the New York DFS. So clearly we know how to work with regulator. But on the digital asset space, we are missing completely the framework. So, really hopeful that we are starting to see that being a topic in the presidential debate. I'm hoping that 2025 is going to be the year where we get a clear framework. And really, we need to catch up on the rest of the world. Like when you see Europe, developing the MiCA framework. When you see Hong Kong, you see Brazil starting to adopt new framework for digital assets. I feel like we need to catch up.
Innovation is great. Change can be scary to people. What do you tell the folks that are on the fence about crypto and investing in crypto?
Yeah, for me, it's all about education. Learn about the asset, learn about the technology that you want to use. Start small, start with a few dollars, and then you will start getting more interested. You will learn a lot more things. And a lot of people started on Robinhood being like completely new investor. We have a lot of educational modules. We also have the Learn and Earn program where you can complete an education part, and if you get it right, we give you like a small reward. And thanks to that, they got into the space, and suddenly they are starting to be more comfortable, and they want to get more of it.
What I love is that with everything that Robinhood is doing, the biggest thing for Americans, I feel like, is how can you make money with your money? And whether it's with stocks, options, advanced traders, and now crypto, that's exactly what Robinhood is attacking. Thank you so much for your time here today.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. That is Johann Kerbrat, who is the general manager of Robinhood Crypto.